Well, hello. Yes, it's me again. Dracula's daughter being dragged through a hedge backwards. It's getting exhausting going in and out through that friggin' hedge, I can tell you. I'm just so tired. Pardon me, I've been sat out here for the last half an hour. Simba, will you leave it? It's going in that flaming bin again. Tomorrow, thank goodness, it'll be going again. The cardboards for the recycling. But anyway, so I've been trying for the last half an hour to do a video on my trusty, well, not trusty, on my little camera, this one. So it has to have a memory card in it. Sorry, excuse me. It has to have a memory card. In it. I'm so sorry about that. So like, you just had a close up in the back of my head then, which most people say is the most striking feature. But there you go. I tried to work it, and I was wittering away. It was all videoing through on my phone. Everything. I can watch myself, and the cat's at my lap. He's next to me now. Bless his heart. And all of a sudden he just went bling, too full, and I thought, oh right, so because the memory card I put in there is one I had already in my phone, which I took out, and then I cleared it. I thought I'd cleared it, emptied it, but I hadn't, so I had to delete everything that was on there. And then for the last 15 minutes I've been trying to get back on there again, but the camera won't turn on. So I think it takes about 3 weeks for it to charge, and then about 5 minutes for it to film, I think, with this camera. But I'll have to put it back on charge again. But anyway, so the last video I mentioned about an 18-year friendship, and hit the fan on Friday afternoon. Everything was okay Thursday, everything was okay Friday, then Friday afternoon hit the fan, and I said I was going to get in touch with one of the people concerned, and I got in touch with one of them, one of the parties, and yesterday actually they said to me not to worry. You know, the reason could be this and this kind of thing, and I'm going to go okay. But anyway, so I'm holding my breath a little bit so to see it'll all work out. I hope it does anyway, because I'm not a type of person to throw a friendship away just like that after 18 years. I might ignore people for years on end and not talk to them for years on end, but it doesn't mean that I'm not friends with them. As I said before, I'm not a very good friend because I don't keep in touch a lot with people. So, but hey ho, that's me. But anyway, so there's that, and hopefully that'll get sorted out in the next week or so. And number two was on what day is it? Tuesday. On Saturday, I got one of those little red cards in my letterbox saying, "Oh, the package was too big to put in through." So I had to go and collect it. So my hands are dry. So I need to moisturise them again. But anyway, so I had to go. So I thought, all right, I'll take Zena out and take her for a walk. And do you know, now I'm so exhausted I can hardly walk. The pain is just, I'm in agony today. It's the worst I've ever been, I think. And I think the stress with all what happened on Friday as well with a friend, I think that's made it worse as well, because it affects me physically as well as mentally when things like this happen. And so I'm exhausted. Yesterday I was walking around like an old woman, and today I can't even walk so properly. So I was fine when I went over there, because once I get going I'm fine. But now I've sat down. I sat down for 5 minutes. So when I got back, and oh grief, I couldn't get up. It was awful. But anyway, so that's enough about me and my little troubles. Anyways, like I said, I had to go and get the parcel from sorting office, which is about a mile and a half away, mile and a half away from here. So like walking on the river, it was quite a lovely walk, and Zena enjoyed it, which is nice. And on the way back, I bumped into a woman I hadn't seen for about 2 years, and she said, "Oh my gosh, Tony," she said, "you've lost a lot of weight." And I thought, "My God, I must have been so huge before." And she went, "No," she said, you had a bit of a belly." She said, "You haven't anymore." So that's a good thing, because over the last few days I think to myself, "Oh gosh, I'm putting the weight back on," because I don't weigh myself, I measure myself. And I measured myself about half an hour after I ate my dinner the other day, and my waist had gone up 3 inches, which shocked me. And then afterwards I thought to myself, "No, you silly cow, you're just not long eaten, so wait for that to go." So I haven't measured my waist since then, so because I'm too scared to think, "Oh my grief," because going from 44 to 47 in the space of a day is just ridiculous, and I think it's because I'd eaten, and the stomach is a bit full anyway. So, but anyway, so that's by the by. So I went to the sorting office with Zena to pick up my parcel. You'd think it was about this big, wouldn't you? I'll show you what it was, shall I? And they couldn't even leave it beyond the door, because by the time I got downstairs, it would have gone anyway, because the intercom, the buzzer works, but the intercom itself doesn't. So, and it was that. See, that's all it was. That's all it was. Just a little pack like that. See, that's all it was. In a tiny. It wasn't even in a box. It was in a tiny little envelope, and yeah, that's all it was. So, but anyway, you know, I bought some makeup. This brand of makeup before called Fora, with another foundation with a squishy bottle kind of tube kind of thing. So then I saw somebody using one of these from Fora, and thought, oh, I wonder if this is a different texture. Now, and it says in the advert online, it says that it can cover tattoos. So, and I thought, oh, right, okay, because I need something to cover this face, don't I? You know, something's quite thick, and I thought, well, I'll try this. I have got Dermablend, which is very good, and that's what that's what they use in film, in movies, and on TV and whatever, because it covers a multitude of sins. So I've got that, which is good, and that stays on. You can sweat through it, and it doesn't move. The other Fora I used, that was okay as well. I wore it last weekend, not weekend, just got weekend before for Gay Pride, and it stayed on. And apart from on the nose, Simba, leave the boxes alone. He just got this thing about cardboard, just chewing cardboard. It's just cardboard bits everywhere when I go in a minute. The other day, by the way, I was always chewing something. I bought myself a little kitchen scale thing, a digital one, because I've got the pound and ounces one. I've got two of those, but I didn't have a digital one. So a lot of recipes have it's all metric and all that crap now, so I've just finally caught up with it. So I thought, right, I'll only a £5 or something stupid like that in Asda. So I got that, left it in the box, and then when I was talking, and I was always chewing something, it was the box with a scale in it, and I thought, oh God, here we go. But thankfully the scale's working, and he was sat there on the sofa looking at me. Simba, leave it alone, will you? Honestly, he thinks I can't, because he can't see me, he thinks I can't see him, but I can see you. Come here, please, Simba. Well, anyway, so he chewed through that box, then he was just looking very sheepish, and with his ears back and his head down. I was going, oh, I'm so sorry, Mummy, but of course, you know, my fault for leaving it there anyway, so where he can get it. But anyway, so that's enough of that. So you want to pick this up. This is a soft matte long-wear liquid foundation, natural flawless, oil controlling, lightweight feel. Always shake before use to activate. Oof, grief. This is one of those neon things. Pump foundation onto the back of your hand. Start with one pump for medium coverage, and build to full coverage with a second pump if desired. Right, pick up the foundation with your brush, which I don't use. I use fingers usually, but I started using a sponge, which personally I'm not liking very much. So I'm going to go back to my fingers again, I think, to do the foundation, then go over it with a sponge. And it says starting in center of the face and working out. So basically dot, 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 and then brush it out, which is a couple of makeup artists online say that anyway, that's what they do. So I'm blending the skin using short downward strokes. Blend well into the jawline and the hairline to ensure an even appearance that looks like skin, not makeup. Well, they do say, and it's not expensive either. You know, loads of foundations that are covering like Dermablend, Dermacol. It's Dermacol I've got, not Dermablend. Dermablend is very, very expensive. The cheapest that is just 18 quid for a foundation, the concealer sticks. So a foundation's about 24, 25 quid, but that does cover tattoos, because that young lad that died last year, or at the beginning of this show, covered in tattoos, literally covered from head to toe in tattoos. He was in Lady Gaga video and stuff like that, and he did a Dermablend video, and they covered his whole body in Dermablend, and you know, sort of his torso and his face, and then the video's playing backwards. So, you know, instead of them putting it on, it looks like they're taking it all off and everything. And you see the tattoo. But he died either last year or earlier this year. It's a shame, really. But anyway, so this is what I had to walk 2 miles there and back for to pick up, because they wouldn't put it through the bloody letterbox or leave it behind the door. Which I keep telling them, leave it because I'm disabled, leave it behind the door, because you're walking all the way over there, and you know, so it does kill me sometimes, and you know, and I'm worried that they'll send the stuff back. So, but anyway, I did say I ordered a Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette called Rose Gold. That hasn't turned up. Should have turned up yesterday at the latest of the date, so I'm going to wait till the end of the week to see what happens. If it doesn't turn, I'm going to get in touch with the company and say, right, fine, it hasn't turned up, give me my money back and I'll go somewhere else and get it. But anyway, so yes, so on the way back, walking along, there's a woman there with her 2 dogs, and she was saying to her dogs, oh look, dog on the lead, because every time I see other dogs, if I see one of the dogs on the lead, I put Xena back on the lead if she's off the lead. And she called one of her dog was on the lead and the other one wasn't, and she called back and I said no, I said I thought both your dogs were on the lead, as I put her on the lead. And I knew her, and we were just talking away, and she said, gosh Tony, she said, you've lost a lot of weight. And I'm going, well, I don't think I have. But anyway, so that was lovely. So that boosted my day a bit. But yes, so this foundation, I'm wittering on, repeating myself. And this foundation didn't have a cap on it, which I was quite surprised about, because I would have thought they'd put a little clear cap or something on there, but not. So as you can see, no cap, and it's a squeezy thingy, and you twist it just one click. So that's off, that's on. You click it. Sorry, I've got to shake it first. Shake it, shake, as the advert says. And we click one little. Oh, look at that! There's lots come out there, and that's going to cover the whole of my hand. It really is going to cover the whole of my hand. That is such a lovely light colour as well, because I do tend to go. It's not by design. It's just people say, oh, you've got that 50s look, Tony. When I put my makeup on. I don't think I have. It's just how I like my makeup to be put on. So look, but that's covered the whole of my hand. Just that one, and still more. Look, but because it's that side, it's drying so quick. But I do like it. The consistency feels lovely. It really does. It feels really light. But of course, me with my powder and stuff like that, it won't feel light anymore. I'll be putting it on with the trowel. See, still on my finger as well. So that's how light it is. So the blend's lovely. Blend's really, really nice. So I shall be using my fingers from now on to do my foundation, and then go over and then blot it with a sponge. That's what my go-to makeup artist online says to do. I've got a few go-to makeup artists online, and one of them's Wayne Goss. He is brilliant. He's from Cardiff, and he is brilliant. And the other one's John McClane. Is like his voice is to die for. His voice is like, I don't know, like honeysuckle, like syrup. John McClane is, and he just check him out as well. He's got quite a short video today because I've been faffing about and I'm so exhausted, but I thought, well, I can't let my little subscribers down. By the way, it looks like I've lost a subscriber as well, which is a shame, but hey, you know, we can't please everyone in life, can we? So I just wish them the best. But if they're still watching, all the best to you, and thank you for subscribing, even for that shorter time, or if you are one of the older subscribers that have decided that they don't like my channel anymore, apologies, but you know, so you could have told me and said, oh look, you know, so, oh, do you know, that feels lovely, you know, it feels so soft. That really does with that foundation. It looks soft as well, look, doesn't it? It feels lovely. Like compared to that hand, look, that's the hand without, and that's the hand with. See, and that's just one. Do you know the difference there? The difference, look at the difference there. I might have to get a bucket. I have to get this to buy a truckload and cover the whole body. But anyway, yes. So it's upsetting. It saddens me when I lose a subscriber, especially if they, you know, so if they, if the reason could be that they don't like me personally or whatever, you know. So if it's the content that they don't like, or just please by all means let me know if you don't like the content, and or if you can add or talk about other stuff, please let me know, and I'll gladly do it. And I keep saying that to all of you. If you have any questions or anything like that, please get in touch, and yes, do. And with that, I'm going to go inside, and I've got, oh grief, I've got 25, 30, about 35 kilo of frozen dog food turning up this evening, which I have to cart up the stairs all by myself. So that's going to be a bit of a struggle, but hey, we live, so we do it for our babbies, don't we? So with our Furbies. So, but anyway, so thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for sharing, and thank you for everything. So honestly, even one subscriber is brilliant, so and people watching, which is really good. So hi to each and every one of you. It doesn't tell me who watches. It doesn't. The only time it does tell me is if somebody subscribes, and it only comes up very quickly, and only, by the looks of it, only if they've got a channel themselves. So I'm one of the people that did subscribe, had a channel of her own, but she had no content on there, so I don't know if she's the one that's unsubscribed, as it were, because I'm not one of those political trans people, oh, you have to treat me like this, you have to use this pronoun, you have to be like this towards me, you have to bow and you have to curtsy every time I walk in through the room, and don't look at my face, you have to walk past with the head bowed, and no, do you know what, balderdash, so if you just want to look at me, whatever, so that's me, and I'm just so exhausted. It's just, oh, I just want to go to bed, but I can't. But anyway, so so that's my that's what I turned up today, that I which I'm looking forward to wearing soon. There's no smell to it, and it feels so soft. It feels like a second skin. So see, look, and I'm running my nails through it. It's not doing anything to it. See, look, it's gone in there. That I soaked in there. It's in there for life, I think. But no, very nice, very nice. My advice would be to use a decent primer underneath. I've got two primers from this company. One is like a liquid spray, which I use, and the other one's quite thick and very silicone and very, very smooth. Feels so soft and smooth on your skin. But I use both because the gods know I need it. So, but anyway, so whittling on again. But anyway, bye bye, and speak to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.